Hi guys, good evening everyone, and welcome to this live session with Know to Grow. Wasila, are you here with us? Yeah, if welcome everyone, and thank you for joining. If you are here with us, can I please see your comment? Oh, Adetuju Latifa Adedoyin, I thank you very very much for being here. Good evening, Wasila. Are you here? Our community manager here with
Can you
us?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Mm,
you now, live and clear. So, good evening, Aisha Abdurrashid. Good evening, Adetunde Latifa. Good evening, Fasasi Zainab. It's really good to have you guys here. So, I will be diving straight into it. But before we go further, I think I would just like to introduce myself. The topic of discussion, and then those who would be in charge of directing the discussion. So my name is Ghazali Abdumuiz Omotoyosi. People call me Sika, and I am the founder of the Know to Grow community. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes, I can hear you, Wasila. Okay, I could hear you the other time, even if I can hear you now because you're not talking. So yes, and at Know to Grow, just like the name implies, what we just want to do is to make people know so that they can grow, right? So, and one of the, I think, in lieu with what our name stands for, that is one of the reasons why we're having this today, because we are at a time where people tell us volunteer, 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 do this, do that, because obviously volunteering helps a whole lot. Volunteering has shaped the lives of so many people, and if there is the need for, let's say, a proof, I think I am one, because obviously my journey started through volunteering. It's not like I am not, the one of the big guys per se now. At least Dangote is still the only person that is struggling with me currently. And I don't know, that man is just too stubborn. But I believe with time, right, we'll compete on a fair ground. I know I do not have the backing of FG, and also, yeah, volunteering has actually helped me a whole lot. And I believe our guests is also around, which will be unveiling very soon. So, Wasila, are you ready to take over from here?
yes, I am.
All right, thank you very much. So, like I said, my name is Ghazali Abdumuiz Omotoyosi, and I would like to hand over the proceeding to our community manager at Know to Grow. So, when our speaker is ready, I will bring her on. So, Wasila, you can address our audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section, please.
Why they do that? Wasila, is it possible? I would have loved to see your face. I'm very sure many of us would want to see your beautiful face.
Okay. So I am sorry, sir. You can't see my face. Where I am presently is dark. Like there's no power
I think we
supply.
understand.
So I'm
It's
sorry.
Nigeria. They just took the light in my house too. Coupled with the fact
Okay.
that I'm a man. Men are not really beautiful like that.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It is so great to have you here. How is it going? How have you been? How was your day? You should let me know how your day went in the comment section. We are in the weekend. The weekend has started already. You should let me know how your day went in the comment section. Now, thank you all for showing up. And
I lost connection with you, Wasila. Are you here?
tonight. So I would begin with one conversations with them, teaching, lecturing, and it finally results into bringing it online as a WhatsApp community. And that is why the Note to Grow community is here. The Note to Grow community was founded in 2009. Before I an author, award-winning GBV mentor, content creator, and serial volunteer. She is the author of the widely read books Overcoming the Power of Excuses and Four Questions of Why. Those the two books are amazing. If you have not read any of them, I am afraid to tell you that you are missing out on a lot. She is the co-founder of Global Builders Initiative, a growing non-profit aimed at driving sustainable development from the grassroots. She has served and is serving as an inti. I am sorry, please. It is the network. You should hear me better now. She has served and is serving as an integral change maker in the SDG 3, 4, 5, 16, and 17 workforce. She is the creative director of the Next Level Lounge, the voice behind Miners Podcast, and the widely acclaimed Meaningful Minutes newsletter. When Balkis is not on the field doing her best to serve, punching the keys, writing great words to be implemented, she is speaking to her phone recorder, sharing her amazing voice. And that's the profile of our guest that I just read to you. Please kindly welcome our speaker. She should be brought in now. Kindly welcome her as she will be on board very soon. Can you hear me now, please?
We can hear you, and I'm very sure this can hear you too. And our speaker is here.
Okay. Welcome, Ms. Balkis.
Good evening, Wasilat.
Good
How
afternoon.
are you doing? Can you hear me?
I am doing. I can hear you. I am doing very well, ma'am. I
All
hope your
right,
day
that's
went
good.
well.
Yeah, it went well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for honoring
Please,
our
I
invite.
am getting feedback. Wasilat, can you please mute your mic?
Okay. Oh,
All right. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Wasilat, please mute your mic. Thank you. So, how are you all doing?
Muted, go
Welcome
on.
to what? Sorry, you were saying
I
something.
muted it from this end, so just
Okay, all
no,
right,
go on,
good. Thank
please.
you very much. All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? And I'm looking at this flower. It doesn't look like me. I know this is not my house. Yes, I went out for the weekend with my friends. So, but I have to show up because that's what we do, right? And so, how are you doing? I heard her reading the Bible. I'm like, hey, who is this person that they are talking about? But then, this is me. I am Balkis Amzat. I am an author, a writer, a creative, and a serial volunteer. I like to use the word serial because I function in a lot and a number of space. As a young person, this was a journey I started in 2018 when I told myself that I was not going to leave University of Ilorin with just a BSc certificate. And that's got to be the most beautiful decision I've ever made in my life because it brought me to this point. I mean, it gave me influence, it gave me a reason to become impactful, it gave me a name, it gave me every single thing. It even gave me the love of my life, if you don't know. So I think that's one of the most important things that you want to understand, that when you do the work of the Lord, which I call it the work of the Lord. When you do the work of the Lord, you get to earn multiple rewards in multiple places. And I don't want you to think that tonight I'm just going to come here and just tell you my story. No, I'm going to be giving you practical tips to actually build a thriving career through the action of volunteering. And I want to say a very big thank you to the community manager at Know to Grow Community for finding me worthy to talk about this, and also the founder of Not to Grow Community on this call, Abimuiz Ghazali. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here on your platform to share with your people, to give myself back to the community. I know that I'm on the main community, but I don't really talk, and like, I'm very sorry, it can be very tricky with WhatsApp for me. But it's fine. Can we get right into it? I am not seeing the comments. I don't know what the problem is, but I am not seeing the comments. Is it possible for me to see the comments? I like to see the comments. Yes, yes. Good evening, Latifa. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yes, good evening. How is this possible? How is this possible? Okay, now that I'm done seeing the comments, good evening, everybody. And I hope that my those that invited me will please take the moment to please let me know what is happening in the comments. Or let me just use my other phone to walk through Know to Grow Community. Just give me a minute. Let me get there because I really want to be able to. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that for me. It's really an honor to be here with everybody. And I want you to know that tonight is going to change your life. I tell people that me, I don't go to where I cannot transform people. No. I only go to the places whereby I know that at the end of the day, what I have shared with you will transform your life, will transform every single thing about you, will transform the way you see yourself. Because one of the very important things that you want to be sure of is to know that your life is not just for you. Your life is not just for you. Your life is not just for you. Yes, I can see the comments now. I can see the comments. I can see the comments. Adetunji Latifat Adedoyin, Aisha Abdurrahman, Abiba Tolamide, and the host of others. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Right. What exactly can we call the word volunteer? Who is a volunteer? What does it mean to volunteer actually? What does it mean to give back? Because I think that's what I want to call the word volunteer. It means to give back. It means to give back to the society. It means to give back to those around you. It means to give back in your own way. In your own way. That's what it means to volunteer. And the number of times we have made that title, we've bastardized the title, let me use that word. We have thrown it everywhere, anywhere, and it gets to look like, how exactly are we rocking this idea? Like, because I feel like when I started the journey, it came from the place of I wanted to make more out of my life. But a number of us today, we now volunteer either to get close to people for all of the reasons that does not circle back to being of impact, to be of value. You only want to be influential. A number of you today only volunteer to be influential, not to be of impact at all. They said that money is in volunteering. No problem. I met someone yesterday. I think she should be about 50 or more. And she was telling me, but kids, when you have training, I want you to train me. I want you to invite me. I want you to, and the passion was there. So let's go into the first tip of volunteering as a means to build a thriving career. I want you to understand that when I'm going to do this tonight, for what I have been doing, when I go to speak at an event, I try to make sure that I give honor to whom it is due. So I am going to be using Know to Grow, the community that you're a part of, as the way to actually teach you today. The first in Know to Grow is the K, and that is know your passion. See, if you know you don't want to be stressed in your life, don't volunteer for the things that you don't like or just for some silly reasons. When I started volunteering, I volunteered for communications. I have loved communications all my life. I have loved communications all my life. So it's like everything for me. It is where I want to be. It is what I want to be doing. It is what I want to be known for. It is where I want to show up. Even right now, people call me, oh, come speak about this, come speak about that. It is still communications for me. So basically, I only work in line with communication. But now I do more, but it still circles back to communication. I'm a GPP mentor, but I have to communicate. So know your passion. It is very important. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot do any good work without having interest in the things that you want to do or in the things that you are doing. You just see that you end up you're just there. You be like, why is it happening for this person? Why is this person always the one with the energy? Why is this person the one that is there every time? Why is this person the one that everybody calls like, but please come and do this, but please come and show up here? Because it is laced with passion. It's just like cake. When you make cake is the main food. Yes, we know. The fact that you want to volunteer is the main food. But when you add passion to it, it's like the icing on the cake. So it attracts people to you. Knowing your passion and volunteering for the things you're passionate about is actually the first prerequisite to making it work in any world that you find yourself, in any of the SDG goals that you find yourself. Look at them and look at what is under them. I call myself the person who volunteers for SDG 3, 4, 5, 16, and 17. I do 8 most times because I empower people with job opportunities and the likes. But you want to understand that I didn't just get there just by the idea of I wanted to be there. I love to speak. I love to teach people. I love to be at the center of things. People getting from me. I love to give. It's something I love to do. So if I'm at that place whereby I'm looking at all of the SDG and there is none that can help me express that part of me. So my passion in speaking, in writing, made it easy for me to understand that, okay, when I'm in education, I get to teach. When I'm in gender, I can use education to apply it to gender. So you want to make sure, as a person, you want to make sure that every single time you are thinking about going out there to share yourself, you are going from the place of your passion. Even if they don't pay you, you will not feel it. Even if they are not paying, you will not feel it. I volunteered for 2018, 19, 20. It was until 2021 that I'm actually in a community that they pay me. Oh, really? Like the first time I was ever paid for being on a team, I was like, wow. And that's like how many years down the line? 18, 19. I think that started in 17, but the one I actually vividly remember was 18, 19, 20, 21. So 4 years I was doing it and it never yielded anything. I mean, my daddy would give me money from Lagos to come to Lorry to come volunteer for stuff. Think about that. Like, he will literally give me money. I will even ask him for money to even donate to the thing that we want to do. And he will still give me the money. And so he's paying me double. He's paying me to go and work myself. I'll come back sick and he will still pay for my health stuff too. 4 years. But look at it today. Look at me today. I can literally go anywhere. Last time I was in Abuja, it was a fully paid stuff. They paid for it, my accommodation, my lodging. I was fasting. They gave me, but All of my food, I like even all the things I bought on the first day of being in Abuja sef was wasted. It got wasted. I brought most of them back to Ilorin because I had everything I wanted. But 4 years. But if I was not working with my passion, I would have left since. You just say, what? Please, I cannot be doing it for free. I'm spending my money that I don't have. I'm still spending on top who and who. So I want you to write in the comments now. I will start from the place of my passion. I want to see it in the comments. I will start from the place of my passion. I will start from the place of my passion. That is where you should start from. Start from the place of your passion. Number 2, really important. Very, very important. You see, that is the N in not to grow. It says to network effectively. See, volunteering is the only place that you can sit down with Bill Gates and Bill Gates will be asking you, so how did you do that? Yes. Oh, can you share the process of doing this with me? I am currently volunteering for an organization. I am using my skill, my time, my money, my energy. But you know the truth, the people I am with, the people that are seeing me, they are not on the level of the general people I work with every day. So showing my skills, showing what I can do, everyone starts to see like, okay, this girl, okay, she's skilled in this. Okay, she's skilled with this. Okay, I like the way she did this. When you network as a volunteer, please don't network from the place of, so because you are on the same team, I want to connect with you. And so everybody in your volunteer group, they are not your friends. Don't have that in your mind that because we volunteer together, he's my friend or she's my friend. Nobody is your friend. Listen to it carefully. Network effectively. Networking does not mean that everybody has to be your friend. It only means that these people, you guys have a way to merge one way or the other. Please, I don't want you getting into any team, any group, anything like that. You start looking for friends. You are not there to look for friends as a volunteer. No, you're there to make lifelong connections. Did you get that? Lifelong connections. And you want to make sure that it's not something that you're just thinking about. No, it's something you are living. When you meet people, be how do I use the word? Be expressive. Show your most authentic self. Don't go to a place and not say, we are here to volunteer, so I'll just talk to this one. The one that is fine is the one out. No, talk to everybody. Show up with your skills. Some of you will get to a place, you can write, you can do this, you'll not be able to. You say, I cannot. I literally volunteered and I volunteered to attend an event for an organization. I met the commissioner. The commissioner literally held my like, this is my new daughter from here. He called my father saying that he wants to adopt me. That's how it works. That is how it works. So wherever it is he is, when I'm talking to him, say, no, this is my adopted daughter. I carried that from all the way from Ilorin. When I went to Abuja, I went to his daughter's house. Like, I mean, he said his daughter, this is this. Oh, yeah, collect your sister's number. That's how it's working. That is how it is working. So you want to network effectively. Networking effectively is not just letting them give you. Ask questions that make people want to like, oh my God, who's this person? What kind of question is this? We're not expecting this from you. For some of you, you get there, you just sit down. You're waiting for when they will share donuts and water. You're waiting for when they will share the meat pie. Food that you will buy, you will be tired. You are waiting. Instead of you to listen, give that aura, the energy, the vibe that you are here for serious business. That you are here for serious business. Smile at people. Not what is being said. Then ask questions. Reach out to people. Oh my God, I really love the way you presented that. Like when they're asking questions, raise up your hands. Actually, it's a way to network if you don't know. I attended a boot camp for 5 days. I think I talked about it. I don't know where I talked about it. I think on my thread I talked about it. I attended the boot camp for 5 days. Every single day, my comment was the highest. I will talk. When they ask questions, I will answer. When they ask for review, I will talk. I will do everything. I will even go on Instagram and tag the person. Yes, I did that. My name is engraved. If you see the review I gave, nobody gave that kind of review. Like I was giving review per session, not 1, 2 lines that you people now say it was good. The session was interesting. And so, like, make them feel that they have communicated something. They have changed your life. They have transformed you. And you know what? They just want to connect with you. Like, I just spoke for 30 minutes and see the way this girl just, oh my God, see the way this boy just did this guy just did this. I want to connect with you. That was what happened with the commissioner. That was just what happened. That was just what happened. Now I can go to his house and say, oh, daddy, this, that. We talk. Ask yourself, that event, did you do right by yourself when you were networking? I've given you various tips to network. It's not until you walk up to a person to say, good afternoon, sir. My name is Aiki Samzat, and I want, no. You strategically network. Effective networking is just strategic networking. You are answering questions, you are asking questions, you are making comments, you are making sure that I tell people I was born for the spotlight. And trust me, I get it legally. I get my spotlight. I get it legally. All of you don't know how to get legal spotlights, but that's a story for another day. Let's move on to the third thing. But I want you to write in the comments now that from today, I, Wasilat, I begin to network effectively. I begin to network effectively. I want to have that in the comments. I can't see your comment, but I'm sure that the host, they can see everything going on. I begin to network effectively. You see, when you network, you expand not only your professional network, but even your life network. That's the truth. I have met so many people that we don't work professionally, but we are friends one way or the other. They have seen my value, they follow me, they love me, they just want to be around me. And I respect that, and I love that. And I make that a point of showing up for them too. Please, network effectively. Grow your network, either professionally. I was sleeping in my house when I was called for a project. For the past 1 year, I've been paid on that project. And I was sleeping in my house when I was called. But because we know that Balkis shows up, and I am still one of the best aunts the organization has. I mean, one of the best aunts. I will not wait for you to tell me to do this. I know what I'm supposed to do. And so if they are thinking of who to call for another project, they will call me. I literally got a recommendation that would have cost me money or even cost me looking for who can give me that recommendation just because I was one of the best aunts that they have. And also the fact that, yes, this girl shows up regularly. So I went to my team lead. I needed this recommendation. He's even a student of that place. And he said, okay, you are what people want to recommend, want recommendation, and you are going about all of this preamble. I beg, it's just you. He gave me the recommendation in less than 24 hours. So think about it like that. That it gives you access. It gives you leverage. It's a stepping stone for you. See, if you can volunteer, you have everything in the world, except you don't use it. Except you don't use it. So it's not my fault. It's not the organization's fault that you did not make anything out of the energy that you have used for them. It is your fault. All right, let's go to the W. The W of know to grow. You see, your work ethics and commitment is very important when you are working as a volunteer. Don't just come and wake up and think that just because you are doing it for free, you can do it shabbily. No. Free does not equate shabby. Because it is being done for free does not equate that it should be done shabbily. Please put in the comments, from today, I will not be shabby as a volunteer. From this moment, I won't be shabby as a volunteer. From this instant, whenever I'm called to show up somewhere, I am going to show up the right way. You want to understand that life is beautiful, but you are going to create the beauty that you deserve or that you desire. I've talked about how I work in every organization that I show up in. I mean, this week I went to my schools for the final time since our project a year ago. I went to my school, and my student literally cried when I said I was not coming anymore. There was one school I never told them that I'm not coming. I just told them that I'll see what we can do. I didn't even tell the student. I just told the teacher that it's very possible that I'm not coming again, no, because this student, we had this relationship. I told them to write how it has been for them, the 10 months that we've been together. And when I was reading it, I was moved to tears. You know, for a Jesus one student to say, "You are a good woman. I love the way you teach. I love the way you express yourself." It shows that I was doing something right. And that is where work ethics and commitment comes in. Me living in Ilorin for Omaron, it's more than 3 hours journey. 3 hours. What am I saying? I go in the morning, I come back wasted in the evening. But when I get there, I give my best every single time. Like my students were saying, the interactive session, the way I'll come and tell them the stories that happened to me, the way I'll do this, the way I'll do that, the way I help them explain things, the way I let them be the one to even give me answers and even ask them questions. That is showing your commitment to the work. If I am to show up at a school by 8, you will not see me get there by 8:30 if I The other day I was to show up by 10 o'clock. I was stuck in the middle of nowhere for more than an hour. I got there around 11:30. They still cleared the class for me to use. Normally I said I should go back now, but they cleared the class for me to use. They cleared the class for me to use. So you want to understand that work ethics and commitment is the only way for you to level the playing ground as a volunteer. For you to thrive, that is the only way. Your work ethics on point. On point. You don't come and say, even the way you dress to work, you'll be like, I'm going to shut up and not say anything. I'll be a nice person. I'm not really a nice person, but I'll be a nice person tonight for you. You want to make sure that you are showing up like the excellent self you want to be. Show up like your highest self as a volunteer. Either you're having a meeting, go to meetings early. If I don't go to any meeting in my community, then there's a problem. What happened to Valkis? Valkis comes to meeting. I am the one person, I am one of those that they never send back my reports. If they send back my reports, it's an oversight on something. And it's just like, maybe I wrote 24 boys, I didn't make the calculation of the number of students very well. That's all. No one sends up a report that, what did you write? What is this? And all of this. Nemo. Because you basically want to understand that what is the work I need to do? What does it need? And you learn, please, as a volunteer, learn to learn without waiting for anybody. I don't know how to write reports. Sorry, so I should sit you down and give you report masterclass because I don't know how to do analytics. And so, why can't you learn? You're waiting for me? Yes, we can have in-house trainings. Yes, we can have a way to teach people, but not like one person. We don't make it look as if, no, you are coming here for a school. This is not a school. This is like you coming to life to teach you. As a volunteer, you are going to life. You left your house and tell life, oh yeah, teach me. On Children's Day, I followed Abdulmuiz to one of the places he volunteers for years now. And then when we got there, everybody was just expecting, maybe I'll be sitting there. I just joined one unit straight up and we started working. If I say something, sorry, you did not put this in the form. Oh yeah, you go back. No, go back. This is not. I was literally active. And so even if I came due to the relationship with Abdulmuiz, or even if they wanted to respect me because, it brought me there, I had already proved myself as someone worthy of being there. That's it. Your work ethics and commitment to the work that you do as a volunteer proves you. It is the only way to prove yourself. Forget that you are fine. We don't need you. We don't need that there. You can use all your makeup and look good and all. If you are not giving us the energy that we need, we are letting you go. That's the end of it. And that's not going to be something good for you. I have all of the experiences I have on my CV. I can't even count the number of self courses and even volunteer works that I did that is there. I remember when I was in Abuja, I just remember one of our coordinators saying, how is Olashukbo? I looked at him like, it's fine. That was Mr. Olashukbo Abidin. So you remember our space for her? I said yes. You're the class rep. I said yes. He said, wow. I went to your Twitter. Like they literally went to my Twitter, to my Facebook, to my this, to my that. And when I was in Abuja to meet her, I did not stop. I read like I was almost everywhere. Strategically. Strategically. Now that we have talked about working, your work ethics and your commitment. We are now going to, oh my god, I made a mistake. It is KNO, so there is the O. Sorry about that. I jumped past my listening. So let's talk about the O. I've talked about the O one way or the other in all of our discussions, but let's talk about the O. The O says to offer your skills. The K says to know your passion. The N says to network effectively. The O says to offer your skills. Like I've said it over as we were having this conversation, I've talked about the fact that your skill is the most important thing. It's what sets you apart. What are your skills? Is it your communication skill? Is it your leadership skill? Is it your technical skill? Is it your transferable skill? What are the skills that you have as a volunteer? What are the skills that you have as a volunteer? You know, we're gonna say, I want to volunteer with you. Okay, what do you have to offer? And I'll be learning. Learning what? Yes, being a volunteer is a place that you can learn on the job. But you want to know the truth that many of us don't have the time to train anybody. That's why I said you have to learn without permission. If we put you in a team, the maximum thing we are going to do is for us to provide courses for you. If you don't take it, it's your problem. I have so many skills just because every single place I got to volunteer, I show up right for myself. I try to show up for myself because I know if they say video editing, I'll go and learn it. Email marketing, I'll learn it. Whatsoever it is, I will shall learn. Because the funny thing you don't know about offering your skills, even if you don't have one and you later get it, is the fact that the moment you are able to pick something, it's for you forever. If you leave GBI today, our work will go on. But when you go to places and then you can boast of the skills that you have. I am a community manager at this, I am a this, I am a that. We are not going to be there anymore. Nobody will even know that you work to GBI or you work with not to grow in any way. No one will. It's all going to be about you at that point in time. Well, how many people can say these are the organizations where kids work with? But all you see is me showing up. I'm going to Abuja, I'm going to Lagos, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Very soon I'm going to be going outside the country and all of these things. And they'll be like, oh my God, we know when she started. What did you know? You know the number of things I had to learn? You need to understand that your skill is the number one thing. See, all of this I've said now, your skill is number one thing that will make you stay as a volunteer. Or we can just put you at the back and just push you in one community and one team that we don't need anything from them. So learn something. Have something to offer. That's it. Have something to offer. Either as a global shipper, I have a particular team member that if they are telling me that, who do you think can work with an organization and you will use your salary to bet, I'll call Shehu Adam. Shehu Adam makes stunning designs and it shows up for global shippers every time. Every single time. And so he has a skill. He knows what he has to offer. And he's sharing that. So you want to make sure, you want to be very, very clear on what you have to offer on your journey. Don't just go to organizations and start giving us headache. We don't want that. Show up sufficiently. It's okay to want us to train you, but show up sufficiently. Don't say if they don't bring courses, you cannot learn. What happened to Google? What happened to University of YouTube? Nothing. So don't wait for anybody to teach you. See, there is nothing, as experts do not have the time to teach you the basics. So don't wait for a professional to come teach you the basics. You're wasting your time. And trust me, they will get someone else to do it. They will get someone else to do it. You want to understand that. You want to very much understand that. So say in the comments, from today, I am consistently going to improve myself and offer valuable skills wherever I find myself. I want to see that in the comment. And we've talked about work ethic. You see, the two says to learn and to grow. When you know your passion, as a volunteer, you're going to learn how to grow that passion. I love speaking. I have learned to grow my speaking. I have learned to grow my writing abilities. I have learned to communicate better. I have learned to grow as a leader. I have learned to grow and learn a number of things. So you're going to learn and you're going to grow on that journey as a volunteer. That's the truth. That's like a single truth that nobody can take from you. You're going to learn and grow. You learn to grow your passion. You learn to grow your network. You're going to learn to grow your skills too. The skills that you offer, you learn to grow them. You know, you're also going to learn to grow in your work ethics and commitment. Trust me, volunteering is just about learning and growing. That's it. You just learn and you grow. You learn and you grow. You learn and you grow. The first report I ever wrote for my organization, I wrote it the normal way I would have written any report. And they're like, no, this is an NGO. We don't write report like this. I've never been in the place that I have to write reports for any organization. But now I can sleep like this and be writing reports. I'll write reports in my sleep. I like if I call out my report for you, even you like, madam, how far now? So as a volunteer, the way to, leverage that particular situation to grow is to learn from it. So now, too, we've done that. You're going to learn to grow. You're going to learn and you're going to grow. So it's just like you're going to learn and you're going to grow. So when you see that we call ourselves know to grow, but our key is to know your passion first, so that you know what you even want to grow. You have to know your passion and then you know what you want to grow. That's how it works. That is how it works. So I want you to start saying in the comments that from this moment, I'm going to allow myself to learn and grow as a volunteer. You see, some of you are the one not allowing yourself to learn and grow. You are waiting for them to feed you the bread and butter that is in the oven. You're waiting for them to make the spread for you. You don't have that time. Especially for a person like you that works with various organizations at the same time. I don't have the time. So a number of times when I'm chanced, it takes a lot. I'm just like, okay, why is this person waiting for me? Like that's how I feel like, why is this person waiting for me? I didn't wait for anybody. And Sika is always saying that I need to understand that not everyone can have my thought process and the like that. But I just feel like I did not wait for anybody. Why is everybody waiting for me? Why are you waiting for me? So allow yourself learn and grow on the journey. Allow yourself learn and grow. So start saying it that from today, I'm going to learn and grow on the journey as a volunteer. I'm going to learn and grow on my journey as a volunteer. I'm going to learn and grow. You can even write it somewhere you're outside this and say, from this moment, I'm going to learn and grow as a volunteer. That is the only way to build your career. That is the only way. And then let's go to the grow part of things. Know to grow. The G says to gain experience. Hey, you see, volunteering is a way to gain experience on the job. It is a way for you to become that person that they say, oh, really? How did you get this good? My dear, I was doing it and failing and falling and standing. When people say, how do you talk about GBV so well? And I'm like, the number of trainings, courses, scenarios that has made me cry. Like, I literally learned to control my emotions, to just let it work. That's it. You learn a lot of things as a volunteer. Like when I'm hearing stories, I remember the last time I went to Kwara Poly and then we were having a session and I was having a one-on-one with some girls And when they were saying their story, I was crying like a baby. I was crying like a baby. And when I was done crying, I had to clean myself like, okay, yes, now let's get back to the work that we're meant to do. You will gain experience. When people tell me this, I'm like, this has happened before, so it's not a lie. Volunteering gives you that opportunity. You see, there is something that I've learned that yes, you can learn from experience, but it doesn't have to be your own experience. You don't have to feel like your job to learn how to do a good job. As a volunteer, if you do reports wrongly, they'll call you back and tell you to do it again, or they'll tell you about that you did not do it right. These are the things that you need to do. You've gained something. If I am to be a policy maker, and which is one of the things I want to do, I am going to make policies that from JSS1, every student has to start having volunteering experience in whatever field that they like. From 100 level, you have to have and work experience, not waiting until CWS and whatever it is that they call it. Because you gain the know-how of the actual thing, how the main field looks like, you gain it. You learn it. It becomes something for you. So, it could be in project management. Abdul Muiz did not go to school to study project management, but he's one of the best project managers that I know. Event planning. I know people that I can call if I want to plan something, and they never went to the school for it. For someone like me, when I organize a whole project for you, I might not be able to manage, but I am very good at organizing. Like the step by step by step by step, I am going to create it for you. I didn't learn it from school. No, I did on the job. So you want to understand that it gives you access to the experiences that you don't have to fail and be scolded and be, talked down at, to actually learn them. Please, I want you to start putting out your questions in the comments so that they can actually keep that ready for me before we are done. And then you want to know that the R is resume enhancement. You see, when you are growing, don't say, I volunteered for this, we did this. No, enhance your resume. Enhance your resume. I mean, your LinkedIn. Do you even have LinkedIn accounts? Go and check my LinkedIn. You will know that no, this person is showing up. Volunteering helps you with resume enhancement because basically you have done something. The 4 years experience you are looking for after school, you can get it as a volunteer in 1 year. You can get it as a volunteer in 1 year. So why not do that for yourself? That by the time you're even done, they'll be calling you that please come and work for us. We want you to work for us. Because I'm not saying you should pad your resume. Everything you see on my resume, I have done. Everything you see on my CV, I have done. Everything you see on my LinkedIn, I have done. Every single thing, I have done them the way I said I did them. Don't now go to your LinkedIn and say, email marketer for this. No. When you put that description, email marketing manager, okay, I managed the writing, the creation, the scheduling, the sequencing, the workflow of the email marketing strategy for the Growth Accelerator Conference. I can tell you that. If I need recommendation today for an email marketing job, I know how to get it. I have done email marketing for the SCAN project by Stephen Lawyer. I am doing email marketing for Steven for Growth Accelerator Conference. I am doing it in various ways. I reach out to people that I want to volunteer with you. These are the skills that I have. I tell you what I have. When I get to an organization, I'm like, this is what they don't have, this is what they don't have, this is what okay, I can do it. GBI is a part of the Civil Society Observatory in Kwara State. There are only 20 organizations in the whole of Kwara State in that community. Just 20 organizations, and GBI is one of them. How did you think I became the secretary, being the co-founder of GBI? How do you think, it was like, oh my God, this girl has something. I've checked you online. I see, I love what I see. And you know what? Oh, we need to do this. Oh, I can do a bit of graphics design. Went to Canva, created a logo for them, created letter-headed paper. I am editing this. I am putting, when I said I was seeking for this, oh my God, you are so hardworking, just try to rest. And everybody says their own thing. But you cannot live without letting the world know. You cannot achieve the success you are looking for because you are volunteering without letting the world know that you're actually doing it. That is where resume enhancement came from. That is where resume enhancement came from. Because if your resume is not good, how do they want to employ you? What do they want to say you've done? Don't keep it in your head. Let the world know that this is what you're doing. Every single person that has worked with me, I mention them at every opportunity that I get. I mentioned them. I can tell you every single graphics that we used during one of my projects at Valudom. That is the Breaking Free program. If you're a part of it, every single thing was created by Naima Kamaldeen. Every single graphics you see on the YouTube channel was created by Alabi Graphics. Jimo Musio Alabi. The content vetted by Lawal Rafiat and even Ariori Fatia. Community, Faizullah did that. So they were doing it and they were showing it that they were doing it. I don't know if they still show, but then I feel like it's something that I'm going to talk to with my team. But show. See, don't say I don't want to be proud. Be proud, brag. Let us know. Just brag. Well, if you don't brag, who wants to? Well, if you are not bragging, who exactly wants to brag? Because you're spending your time, your energy that you cannot get back, even your money sometimes. So why can you not brag about it? When I talk about that, my daddy is the one that usually sponsors my shenanigans of volunteering before. People always laugh at me that why you always saying this. But no, I want to brag about it. Because yes, I had somebody to do that for me. I am not self-made, I will tell you. I am not. God and a number of things made me. But only because when God decided to do the work, I was ready, I was doing it, and I was showing it. So others were able to lift me. That's it. That's how it works. Now let's go to the O in grow. Let's go to the O in grow. Let's go to the O in grow. It says to be open-minded. This one is a mindset work. Please, for the sake of God, be open-minded. This is the way they do it in your father's house. It's not our business there. But this is the way Google says to write it. It's not our business. Every organization has its own rules, its own workings, how they want it to work. Don't come up with the way that's the way we do it. You do what? That's the way you do what? Who sent you? That's the way you do what? Who sent you? Sorry about that. That's the way you do what? You want to make sure that you are not just giving yourself that, what should I call it? You're not just giving yourself that thought that you know it. No, you don't know it. You don't know it. Let them teach you. Let them teach you. Let experience teach you. Let everything teach you. You don't know it, please. You don't. You don't know it at all. So let everything teach you. Don't say, that's the way they did it where I'm coming from. Every organization differs. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix something. Every organization that you know differs. So if you are not letting it teach you, then you're just wasting everybody's time. You're just wasting everybody's time. Be open-minded. Allow new kind of knowledge. Allow new ways of doing things, because that is the only way for you to build a robust level of thought process. That is the only way for you to build a robust level of thought process. And it also makes it very easy for you to become that person that you need to become. That's the truth. It makes it extremely easy because you allow your mind to pick from everywhere. So when your mind is able to pick from everywhere, it expands your horizon. It expands your mind. It expands your thought process. It expands even the quality of things that comes out of you. People now listen to you like, wow. Wow. But it's not just a wow thing, right? Because you have allowed yourself to be open-minded. You've allowed yourself to see from other people's perspective. You've allowed yourself to become, irrespective of where you are. You've allowed yourself to merge, to mesh, irrespective of what you are doing. And that's the spirit of being a volunteer. You are open-minded. You allow yourself. So the final thing, the final thing, people of God, you see this final thing here, it's very important. And it's something I learned very late, very, very late as a volunteer. And that is work-life balance. And that's the W, the last W in grow. We've taken us through know to grow. But the last W says work-life balance. See, being a volunteer can be very stressful, extremely stressful. I wouldn't lie to you. But the truth is, if being a volunteer is extremely stressful, how do you manage to do the other things in your life? I'm a volunteer too. I still volunteer for people. I still volunteer for organizations. I even volunteer in my own organization too. I'm the Oga volunteer as I am like this. But work-life balance is important. Self-care is important. Rest is important. A number of you that follow me, you know that I will not lie to you. I'll say the truth as it is on my status or anywhere. I don't rest as much too. I wouldn't lie to you. Not like I rest as much. But a number of times, I've come to realize that the organization will go on without me. That's it. Everybody will move on when I'm no longer there. However, it is my place and my responsibility to take care of myself while being of impact, while being influential too in the journey that I am working. And so even if I did what I did yesterday, being in that state and still trying to show up, I had my reasons. Though they might not be so valid to some people, but some timelines I wanted to work with, a number of things going on in my life cannot allow me slack in some ways. But you want to make sure that you prioritize yourself. I've not done anything major today. I've been resting. Like I've been resting. And you want to understand that. You need that. Give yourself the time to rest. You can decide that on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't want to do anything about my volunteering experience or my volunteering place. I don't want to do anything about them. It's fine. Pick days that just is just going to be for you. It's very, very important. And so with this, we have come to the end of my session, of my talk with you. We talked about Know to Grow, using that acronym as a means to teach the topic, achieving, career milestones, leveraging the act of being a volunteer to get to wherever it is that you want to get to in life. And one of the things that we talked about was to know your passion. Sorry, 1 minute, please. So one of the very important things we talked about was one, to know your passion. Know your passion. Now, the N says to network effectively. The O says to offer your skills. The W says your work ethics and commitment is very key to making the most of the situation. The 2 says to learn and grow on that journey of being a volunteer because it encompasses everything that you need. The G says to gain experience. Very important. Very important. The R says to enhance your resume. Resume enhancement is very key. Don't just do and show. Show and tell. They say not to kiss and tell, but you have to do and tell. And then when you go to the O, it says to be open-minded. Allow yourself to learn all of the experiences possible. And the R and the W says work-life balance is very important. You don't want to break down just because you are everywhere. Pick the things that you want to work with. It's going to work for you on the long run. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll see to that, and the organizers can let me know what your questions are, answer that, and then we can call it a day. Thank you so much for having me, and it's an honor to have shared the space with you. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, ma. Can you hear me? Hey, okay.
Yes, we can hear you
Yes, yes, yes,
perfectly,
we can hear
and
you.
I'm very sure our audience too can hear you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Ms. Balkis. And I have a few questions here to ask you. Someone said, can I go on, please?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Someone said, how, okay, sorry, please. What do you do when the organization or cause you volunteered for environment becomes toxic? In the sense that the person in charge doesn't accept mistakes, but he is quick to mention mistake or throw mistakes at others, but he is not willing to accept mistakes. What do you do in that
Okay,
case?
so that's the first question, right? So in that case, you want to leave. That's a toxic environment, a very toxic environment. A person who makes everything about them, do not accept corrections, and then they make you feel like when you make a mistake, you are going to the world is going to end. You want to leave. Volunteering is about empathy, love, knowledge sharing, and a number of things. So if you cannot get all of those things where you are, I think you will need to leave. Because in the long run, it's going to destroy you, your self esteem, your everything, your confidence, your relationship with people. It's going to even destroy everything. So you want to leave and find a better place to work with. Yeah. And another thing is that you want to be with these organizations, ask them questions. A lot of you just feel like because I want to volunteer, I cannot ask them questions. Ask them questions. Sorry, how do you treat this issue? How do you do this? A number of things. Just ask questions. It is very, very important. Don't say no, you just need to ask questions because you are giving your time, your energy, everything. You cannot get it back. So if they want to destroy your mental health and everything alongside, I don't know. I don't know. It's not worth it. So please, you have to leave and always ask questions before you start to volunteer with an organization. Yes, thank you. Then we have the next question.
Someone said, how do you choose a niche in volunteering? That's the next question, ma.
So the next question is very exciting one because when it comes to choosing a niche in volunteering, I said know your passion.
Okay.
What do you like doing? What are you excited about? What are you involved? What are you invested in? What is that thing that you can do like morning to night and you are not going to be tired? Despite shouting I was tired yesterday. I spent 2 hours on my feet talking about gender-based violence, talking about sexual exploitation and marginalization. So basically, I had it in me. I was invested in that course and I was willing to work on it. I was willing to talk about it. So you want to make sure that you work on those things that you are invested in. That's where to start from. That is where to start from. The things you are invested in. That's where to start from. Pick what you're interested in. If you like to talk, tell them, please, oh, this organization, no, I only want to be helping you to host your events. I want to be helping you to host your webinar. I want to be helping you to do your podcast. Simple. It's not volunteering too, because you're giving your time and your energy to it. So it's not so hard. Start with the things you are invested in, you are comfortable with. Don't let anybody force anything on you that because no. We are above that. We are past that stage. We are past it. Nobody should force you to do anything. Nobody should coerce you, manipulate you, or even just dump something on you. No. Pick the things that are your strengths, the things that you are invested in, the things that makes you feel alive. That's what it's all about. That's where the growth will come from. That's where the resilience, the work ethics, the commitment, that's where it's going to come from. So I hope that works. I hope that's a question that I've been able to answer to the best of my knowledge. Next question, please.
Thank you, ma. How someone said another one here. How to be more passionate in volunteering? Like how to be more passionate about volunteering? Okay.
How to be more passionate about volunteering. I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is something that I can really answer like you would want me to answer it, but keep doing it. I think that's just it. Pick something you're passionate about. Keep doing it. Like keep doing it. Have a support system. Have people that support you. I remember there was a time that my fiance said that you see this path that you have chosen is stressful. It's lonely. It's crazy. And if I could change the hand of time, you might not have chosen this, but you have chosen it. I'll support you. My father, no matter what I say, will rub my back, will rub my head, give me money. Okay, go again. But if I do not have those people around me, it's going to be a waste of energy. It's not going to work. So you need to have people that believe in that thing that you have believed in around you for you to keep being passionate about it. Because there are days when the going will get tough. I'll not lie. Let me tell you a story. Should I share this? Let me quickly share this. We've spent a lot of time here this night. So let me share a story with you. There was a time that I was a part of an organization in Kwara State. It was not an organization. We actually had this, what should I call it? We had this fellowship, a training, a 3 weeks training. So at the end of it, we're supposed to do a project. And so that project almost choked me. We had less than 7 days to renovate a school. Crowdfunding, everything has to happen within that time. We were able to raise 535,000 naira within the period of 3 days. I think 3 or 4 days. That was when we did that. And we were able to complete the project. The project is before Afon, but in a village that is inside on bike from the last box junction. That car will drop you. It's 25 minutes to that village on bike. So basically, I was going there every day for 7 days. 7 days. There was, I think, the fifth night I came back, and when I get back every day, I would have to get on a meeting, give report of what we spent, how we spent money, a number of things that we did during the day. I'll give report of everything because I was a team lead. I was in charge of there was a number of things. That day, I got back. Like, I broke down at my door and I was crying. No one touched me. No one beat me. No one said anything to me where I was coming from. I was just crying. I was just crying. I called this man and said, I don't know how I feel. After a few talk and all, I still went on the meeting and I still gave reports. But the truth is that when I think of that story, I laugh now because I feel like, am I ever going to be in that place where I just come back from something and I'm crying? I don't think so. But being a GBV mentor has tested my strength too. I've asked myself, do I want to continue on this path a number of times? Because when I hear some stories, when I hear some things, I start to feel like my body is just keep doing enough support system. That's all I can say. The next person, please, next question. Do you have any other question, please?
Someone here, okay, I can say a question here. Someone said, how can one
How can
volunteer
one?
as a copywriter?
You are in the marketing space. I want you to understand that copywriting is not only about the marketing space. I learned a bit of copywriting and I learned storytelling too. And I used it to actually drive impact, like impact recording for organizations. And I'm even still learning copywriting now. So you want to look at it, okay, I'm a copywriter, yes. Organizations will need crowdfunding. They will need money and all. You can use that skill. You can use that skill to actually get people to pay. You're writing what to sell. Yes, either you're selling a vision, you're selling a mission, you're selling a skill, you're selling a knowledge, you are still selling. So twist and turn and tweak your stuff as you want it. That's it. As a copywriter, you even have vast opportunities, vast places to actually work with because you are using your words to persuade people to take action. So basically, they have to take action on donating that money, take action on volunteering for that organization, take action for whatever it is. Just take action. I hope I've been able to answer your question, please. Any other question after this? Any other question, please?
Someone said, how do you come across volunteering opportunities? Like maybe places where volunteers are needed? How do you come across things like that?
Okay, so let me answer that question. How do you come across volunteering opportunities? There are plenty. When you go on Google, volunteering experience for so place. If you are in school, join organizations. JCI is there, join. Press club is there, join. This is there, join. Join clubs from your school and opportunities will come. They will just send opportunities to your group. Another thing is that you can also join opportunity desk newsletter, fellowships, internships, various opportunities will show up there. Then if you see flyer that says we need volunteer for clinical, join them if you can do it. Don't join blindly, but these are actually ways. Start with where you are. What are the organizations around me? In Kwara State, I know a number of organizations and I work with them as I can. In your school, there is I know of JCI, I know of Learning Debate Club, I know of a number of things. Go to them and say that you want to actually work with them. Join the community and you will see volunteering experience. Join opportunities, you will see volunteering experience. Type it on Google. How do I get, join Yali Network, join Global Shippers if they accept you. The Global Shippers, those ones, they don't just accept anybody anyhow. If you don't have anything to offer, they will not even look at your side. So you can just, kind of forget Global Shippers because this thing is very rigorous. You go through screening, this, that, interview, this, a number of things. So you want to just start with those things. Start with those things. Opportunity desk, JCI, Yali Network, Kwara State, or wherever it is that you find yourself. What else? Just find something that works around you. You can start with that. Okay, so someone said, what do you advise for a niche that is very new and there are not plenty NGOs related to the niche? I don't know what that niche is, so please I have to understand it. I have to know what the niche or the name to actually give you an answer. But there is actually nothing in the world that you cannot bring to NGO. My next plan now is to sell, every time I sell my book, I'm going to take 10% of the money, or I've not actually devised that plan with my team, but I'm going to take a certain amount of the money and use it for a particular school project. I'm an author. I just write books. So there is always a way to drag every conversation to NGO. There is always a way because we are in the business of impact. And when you see someone on the streets, maybe something's happening to them and you're able to do something for them, trust me, you're already doing some of the things that NGO does. We just want to ease things for people. So I think that's just the thing about it. I don't know what the niche is, but there is almost no way that you cannot drag something to an NGO. Look at Coca-Cola, look at Access Bank. They will tell you, oh, they are doing women empowerment, they are doing women training, they are partnering with an NGO, they're doing this, they are doing that. So you have to actually sit down and research about your niche and also loopholes in it that can be connected to NGOs. Yes, thank you. Any other question before we call it a day? Because it looks like I am
Yes,
hungry.
ma'am. How can individuals effectively showcase their volunteer experiences on their resumes or during job interviews to stand out to potential employers?
You write it there. Get a professional resume creator. That's a person that actually does CV optimization and CV creation and the likes. I know that the founder of Know to Grow is very, very good at that. So you can reach out to him. He's going to give you his price. And so once he does it for you once, you can easily just keep adding to it. And use your LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be something so elaborate. Once you do something, go on maybe your Instagram. If you are conversant with Instagram, post pictures and write caption. Today I spent my time with this organization doing this. I was able to do this, do that. Simple. People will they'll check your social media. You can put it on your bio, clinical advocates. Everybody's going to be fine. On your LinkedIn, you put in your work experience. You put it there. You can even ask the organization to recommend you on LinkedIn. If they give you a recommendation, it's a plus. So there are a lot of ways to showcase yourself. But in your resume and your CV, get a professional resume creator. Meet your founder and he can fix that for you, because that's, I know he does that. He has done it for me and a couple of clients. So I know that this is something that he does very, very well. And when they are able to craft those words, trust me, you are in for a lifetime of goodness. Yes, yes, yes. So yes, that's it for me. Any other question? So this person says
Not
NGO
that
related, nutrition related NGO in Nigeria. There are nutrition related NGOs. When you are dealing with no poverty, you are dealing with nutrition related. When you are dealing with, that's SDG, go to the SDG goals. That is your tool. That is your tool. Go to
All right.
the
Thank you.
SDGs. Look for source. What? You said something. So SDG 1, no poverty, good health and well-being. SDG 3, it can be, you can look for food, no wasting of food, no this, no that. So you want to actually look at that. I think we are done with that. So
Go on,
Wasila, I'm
please. Go
handing
on,
over
please.
to you. Oh, all right. I think that's the end for me.
yes, that's all, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you for honoring our invite and doing justice to the topic. Thank you so much. God bless you. And to everyone here, thank you for joining in. Don't mind my voice, please. Thank you for joining in and expect more from the Note to Grow community.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Wasila. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you? Let me just see your hand, Balkis, if you can hear me. Oh. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, sorry. I can see it now. I think my network is bad. Nigeria, God will help us. I need to get the Starlink router thing. So, yes, it's been a wonderful, wonderful one. And I am very, very sure we've learned a lot, a lot. So, if there are any questions or something, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of the group admins. You can reach out to myself. I am Sika on the group, and you can reach out to Wasila, our community manager, right? And I think I just have one thing to add to everything that our speaker has said since morning, which is volunteering does not necessarily need to be just for organizations, please. You can volunteer for people like individuals now. You can message Balkis, okay, I learned you're selling your book and I'm learning copywriting. Can I help you create ads, for your books? Just reach out to people are doing something. That way you'll be able to, own your own skills and do something. A member of the community reached out recently. She's a social media manager, and in a bit to make her grow and help out. Even though, of course, it will help the community and herself too. We had to just quickly do something. So I would just advise, if you're prioritizing your growth and all, please, volunteering is very, very key, and it doesn't have to be just the NGO space. You can, I know a whole lot of people who have actually gotten into big organization or companies just because they wanted to internship is also a way of volunteering. So that's where we'll stop tonight. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for coming, for being with us till this point. Until next time, bye bye.